Hey, thank you so much for watching our girls. I do have paperwork for you, that way you can look through the routine and everything with a ton of details. But I want to do a video walkthrough just so you can see what it's like in the morning. So they can hear me talking, so they're a little more loud, but we're gonna go ahead and say hi to Doom to get started. So in the mornings, I say hi to Doom first. We're not gonna take her out just yet because she's a little too riled up. A lot of times if she has her bone in here, she's gonna try giving it to you. That's just her morning routine. I know, hi, good morning. All right, and then we're gonna bring her food and water bowl into the kitchen, and then we will take care of Ghost. So with Ghost, the first thing I'm gonna do is of course say hi to her, but then we are gonna go ahead and just clean her bed and make sure everything is fine, her playpen is fine. So now that her playpen is all cleaned up, I am going to take one of our little wipes here and just clean up her paws just to make sure that there's no little extras on her anywhere and she's all clean, huh? Yay. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and take her outside to go potty. The one thing you wanna remember is to close the sliding glass door behind you because she loves to run back inside and she is really fast. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and make them breakfast. I already did go ahead and refill their water bowls. We just take water from the fridge. That way it's filtered and clean for them. Now with the girls, each of them gets a scoop of dry food, and then they also get a spoonful of wet. With Doom specifically though, she doesn't get a full scoop. Hers is right below this top line, so just a little bit less than Bootsy has. I also do about an ounce or two of water. We're just trying to increase her water intake, especially with all of her medications. So the first one that we're gonna feed is Ghost. I'm gonna show you. She also is gonna sit at your feet the whole time that you make food. So you don't have to worry about her running around because she's gonna be right here. With her food and water, you do want to go ahead and spread them out. If they're too close, she will knock it over, but I have her water bowl right here, and then I have her food bowl right here, and she is going crazy and has her food there. Next, we're gonna go ahead and feed Bootsy. Depending on the day, sometimes she just wants to cuddle in bed and won't get up, which is totally fine. The one thing to remember is when you do take Ghost out of her playpen, make sure to put the food up because she will try to eat it every single time. When it comes to Doom, there is a setup that just makes it easier. So first thing is I have an extra bed for her, which she's gonna go into as soon as she's done eating. Then I have a puppy pad over it just to make sure there's no accidents. There's also a little, it's like a puzzle piece type of thing, just to add some extra cushion for her when she stands right there. Another potty pad. Let's see, her food and water bowl is right here. And then also I have disinfecting wipes and wipes to clean her off, all ready to go. So before we take her out, I do want to go over her medication. It's going to be all organized. I have everything day by day for you. What you want to do is just go ahead and take all the pills out, cover them in peanut butter and give it to her. You're going to notice that there's this in there. This is another pill, but we have to keep it enclosed until you're ready to give it to her. So don't open it beforehand. The next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and take Doom out of her cage. We got to be a little careful because she is feeling better. She has been trying to get out of the cage herself when you open the gate. But when you grab her right where her chest is and then put one arm under where her belly is, and then take her out. If her bladder is really full, which usually in the morning it is, she's gonna start peeing right away. I know. All right, stay right there. Stay. All right. And then put my hand under her. And, don't get your hand stuck in my pocket. There we go. And so her bladder is pretty full, so she's gonna immediately start peeing. As she's distracted, I'm gonna go ahead and express her. Something to remember when you are expressing her bladder, the whole point is to find that water balloon. So take your time. Sometimes it's gonna be in the middle of her stomach. Sometimes it's gonna be closer to her ribs. Sometimes it's gonna be off to the left or the right side. Just take your time until you find it. And so in the morning, she's gonna go a lot. You're actually gonna wanna do this 3 times. So especially in the mornings, because her bladder is so full. And so normally I'll wait just like a minute or 2 and express it again. Sorry about that. My phone died while I was expressing her. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you, although she might not go pee. So one way I showed you was where I put my hand underneath and I roll it towards her tail. I found that if I push down on the top, right below where her scar is, then it helps it a lot too. So The other way we're gonna do it is we're gonna have her hand like in a V, and we're gonna have it right under her ribs. Sometimes you're gonna actually press with your fingers right towards the middle of her stomach. Other times you're actually gonna squeeze in with your palms. Right under her ribs is where I'm putting my hands. I'm gonna lift her up just a little bit, and then as I'm going, we're slowly just gonna go towards her tail. I did just express her bladder, so she might not go, which is fine, but I still wanted to show you. And then whenever it's taking a little while, she will actually sit here and just kind of sit, which is good. And then I give her like a 1 to 2 minute break and I do it again. I also did go ahead and write down some of my favorite videos for you. They go in depth, and then one of them they specifically have a Frenchie, which is nice. The other one is just a small dog. But there are other times where, sorry, I have peanut butter on my hand, where I actually will grab her at her sides, and you're actually gonna have like a C shape and just press in and go towards her tail. So I do that as well, and it really is gonna be trial and error. If you have questions, please let me know. Also, you do wanna press pretty firm. That is one thing that I kept doing wrong, was I just wasn't pressing hard enough. It's a lot firmer than you would think. So the next thing we're gonna do, which I'm doing right now, even though you can't see, I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe her down. You wanna pay attention specifically to her paws and to her vulva. And then also, I just do like a once over at least with her back paws, because if she does pee, a lot of times it splatters. And I just wanna make sure that she's nice and clean and smells not too bad. This next thing is what I do. It's usually in the afternoon and at night. If she hasn't gone poop in the morning, this is what I do, but please don't feel like you have to do this. And what you do is you take an ice cube and just put it at her rectum, and then I'll normally do this for about 10 seconds, and then I take it off, and then I do it again. Just be warned, if you do this, she's gonna start farting, and then she'll go poop. But this is just something I do normally before bed, and then that way in the morning it's not as bad, and I can just make sure that it's all clean and that we are good to go. And we're gonna wait, and she's farting, and now she's going. After everything, I go ahead and wrap it up, and then we have a trash can right outside this door. And this is just a trash can for her. It's one of those where you can just put your foot on the bottom and it'll open for you. Her first exercise is going to be what we call bicycles. And so I do this 6 times on each side. By the end of your stay, you're welcome to go up to 7. And then I'm going to straighten her back as much as possible, just making sure to hold her backside. And what I'm going to do is take her leg and we're going to bend it like this. And I'm going to hold for about 5-10 seconds, and then we're going to let it down. So it almost looks like she is riding a bicycle. And then when you bring her foot down, make sure that you either take your fingers and press, or just make sure that she has it some pressure on the ground. The whole point is just to get her to remember what it's like to walk. And now you are welcome to do it while she's sitting down. The only thing is we want her to be a little bit to her side. So sometimes she doesn't like to sit like this, but sometimes she does. So you'll just kind of check. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead on the side and have her crunch it together, and then just like she's riding a bike, and then while she's laying like this, I'm going to press down on her foot with it fully extended, and that way she can remember what it's like to walk. Do it again, hold 5 to 10 seconds. Sometimes I like massaging it at the same time. You don't have to do that, I just like to. And then we're going to go ahead and fully put it out and press on her paw. And then do this 6 times. All right, after we do bicycles, I normally am going to go ahead and do her next exercise, which is just a massage. And so each time I do it, which you're going to do this twice daily, and I do it for about 5 to 10 minutes, you're just find her shoulder blades and just massage them. Press firmly. Yeah, just to get her blood flowing. And then we're gonna go ahead to her hind legs and just do the same thing. Right where her little hips are, just to get the blood flowing so she feels good. Yeah, All right, so when it comes to her bedding, how often you change it is gonna depend on how well you are expressing her. The more that you're able to express her and keep her bladder empty, the way less you're gonna have to do laundry and the way less you're gonna have to change this. But normally what I do is I have one layer of a towel, then I put a potty pad over that, then I do another towel just to make sure it's comfortable for her, and then lastly I will go ahead and put another potty pad in half, and I'll put it on half of the side, so if she does have to go to the bathroom, we're trying to make it so she doesn't have to go on the actual towel part, and she's pretty good about going on the pad. After that, I always put in either 1 or 2 blankets for her. So we have one blanket rolled like a burrito, and then I bring another one in, and then that way when she's in here, she'll mess around with them and get comfortable. But this is for where her surgery was. We just want to make it to where if she wants to prop up her neck, she can, and it's more comfortable for her. And so this is what it looks like. All right, so when it comes to laundry, how often you do it is mostly going to depend on how well you're expressing Doom. Before I show you that though, Doom is actually right here on her bed. She has a bone right now. Just make sure to keep an eye on her as you're doing this, just to make sure she isn't trying to move. She's usually pretty good and is distracted with her bones. What we ask you to do is go ahead and rinse off everything as best you can, and then make sure that there's no chunks going into the washer, or else it'll just smear it and make it worse. Right now I get to wash one of Ghost's blankets because she decided to pee everywhere, and then she drug her blanket into all of it, so this has been soaked in pee and it smells really bad. And then before I put it in the washer, I am just gonna go ahead and wring it out so there's not too much water going in the washer. And then I'm gonna put it in like a circular motion. I'll show you in a second. And so I have it in like a circle. That just helps it so it doesn't become uneven as it's washing, or else it'll actually stop the washer. And then also the detergent, you just pull right here, and then we put detergent right in there. And for the settings, it is actually a touch screen. It's not a real button, but you just hold that until it lights up. And then I normally put it either on normal or towels. If there's a lot more blankets than towels, then I'll just put it on normal. And then just go ahead and hold that, and it'll do everything for you. With the dryer, it is the same, where I do it with either normal or towels for the setting. And then the little catch thing is right here. Now, after I express Doom, I like to let her stay out of her cage for about an hour at least. And so sometimes we're actually in the laundry room and we just stay, and she stays on her bed, and I'll have my phone or laptop or whatever. And then other times, I carry her out to this big dog bed. If you're not comfortable carrying her, then that's totally fine to just stay in there with her for a bit. But oftentimes I'll be doing dishes and just watching her, or I'll be sitting at the table and just kind of keeping an eye on her. Bootsy often will come out and she'll just cuddle her or sit with her, so that's totally fine. With Ghost though, we want to make sure that Ghost is away in her playpen, or you can bring her out, but you got to carry her the whole time because she tries to play with Doom, and we do not want Doom to be excited at all, at least until the 8 weeks are up and she's fully healed. Before I forget, we do have 2 spots where we keep extra supplies. The first one is going to be right above the dryer. Sorry it's such a mess right now. But we have extra potty pads, we have extra wipes, and then we also will have extra disinfecting wipes. I just haven't unpacked them from its box. And the second place is under our kitchen island. It is the cupboard that is, I guess, closest to the fridge. And I have puppy food in here, just soft food. And then I also have extra treats as well. So that about covers everything. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me. I don't know if I'll be able to actually answer a phone call specifically, especially when we leave out of the country, but I do have all the directions on the kitchen counter, and I have her medicine and everything all prepped for you. So yeah, thank you so much.